Today we're doing crispy wings dunked in Alabama white sauce. Let me show you how I made them. All right, before we actually even light up the charcoal, we're gonna go with our Alabama white sauce. And we want this to sit for as long as we can before we put this on the wing. I'll have the full recipe down in the description below. So 2 cups of mayo, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Then we have black pepper, salt, and sugar. I'm gonna go a tablespoon of horseradish. Let me get that nice mix. All right, we'll add in a little bit more lemon juice inside, but I think that's going to be the right consistency. All right, so for today's cook, I filled it up charcoal chimney about halfway full. All right, so the charcoal is now lit. So we're just going to pour these right here in the middle. Now we're going to cook hot and fast, but we will use our heat deflector. Otherwise, you're going to scorch your chicken wings. We're going with 1 piece of hickory. We go with the vents all the way open on both the top and the bottom. All right, so while the grill is stabilizing a little bit, we're going with our rub. And then to make these wings really crispy is cornstarch. Now we're just going to take a little bit of the cornstarch, pour it right here. Just going to work it right over. Now we did get a little bit too much on there, so I'm just kind of getting the back of these, each one. All right, so now that we're done with our cornstarch, I go with our voodoo rub. Make sure you get both sides. All right, let's get these on the grill. So normally with chicken wings, I normally go to about 190 to 200 internal to get them nice and crispy. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes, so let's check them. Yeah, those are definitely looking nice and crispy. Oh, yeah, they're like at 190. You can feel that. Look how crispy those are. All right, let's get them in our sauce. All right, so while these are really nice and hot, we're gonna dunk them. So we're just gonna do a few at a time. I'm gonna kind of put some off to the side. And then I'm gonna have like one side that's already wet and the other side that's not. Now, why you want the heat deflector is so they don't all look like this. So here, we're gonna start dunking. While these are nice and hot, let's make sure we get a nice room. That might be a little too thick, so pro tip, maybe let's go a little bit more. But the key here is to definitely get them while they're hot. Now I will keep some of these where they're not sauced. These are for my kids and my wife, but these are for me with the Alabama white sauce. So now I want to let these kind of cool down, and then we'll give them a taste. All right, so time for the taste test. That was really good. That tangy. Love that Duke's on there. That's so good. All right, guys, this one's a wrap. If you want to see more of my videos, I'll put a link in the description. I'll see you in the next cook.